Hello, everyone, and wave. Welcome back to Shades of Tartarus, our Lancer RPG actual play. Now with more improved Wally. Pope, thank you again, Pope, doing Wally, gifting Wally with that sub. Thank you everyone for the subs coming in. We I'll talk about the viewer things here in a minute, where you get to duke those out. But first, we're going to go around the table. Everyone is going to introduce themselves, their characters, answer that awkward question that the GM makes us answer, starting, of course, with our GM, Obi.
Well, hello everyone. I am Obi Guy. I will be the mech master today, handling all the villains, some of perhaps the minorest of heroes, and of course the many innocent bystanders inevitably caught up in the goings on. And for the fun, fantastic question I have for all of our pilots today is had had everybody had uh well, let me phrase this better. In like work like once you like when you are all hit by the truck of transport you to another world,
Oh, Truckun,
what
right.
fantasy fantasy are you transported into? And for bonus points, what is your cheat skill?
Right. Hmm. Uh, well, hello, everybody. Hello, party people. I am once again your androgynous android game show host from the future, Nathan Blanks. It's a pleasure to be back on this stream. And I play Julian Tablinette, a professional con artist and recent mech pilot. I suppose if I was to be hit by the incorrigible and famous Truck Coon, and sent to another world. Um, hmm, I suppose it would end up having to be a generic high fantasy world. I'm not a fan of those, but that seems to be the most popular option. However, I would prefer it to be one where high stakes gambling was very much involved. And that, or no, well, actually, yes, either a life or death gambling kind of world, or something in your generic variety Yu-Gi-Oh and similar, where all world conflicts are solved by a game of some kind. I would definitely be a villain of the week on that kind of show.
Gotta find my mute button. Hello, everybody. My name is Anna. I use she, they pronouns, and today I am playing Ariadne, who uses any pronouns, who is our team sort of like sniper person that is least comfortable in the mech suit, but is slowly learning to get the hang of it. And if they were transported to a world, they probably want to go to specifically Portland in the 90s, because all they know about the 90s is reading from books and that one episode of Portlandia where the dream of the 90s is alive in Portland. So like thousands of years into the future and in space, having zero concept of what that actually means, and just be like, yeah, seems like a good time. I'll do that.
Wouldn't work if my mute button was working. Sup, y'all? It's me, Wally, your wonderful friendly slime here on the internet. I go by the pronouns he, they, and I am playing Xavier, who goes by pronouns he, him. Ah, boy. Xavier was straight up isekai. Uh, um, if Xavier got transported to another world, um, he would be transported into a very generic fantasy setting, but much like how I would want to happen, I feel like he would end up getting straight up like reincarnated as a uh, as a kobold, and his whole thing is that he still retained all of the knowledge of how to be intimidating, how to be a professional fighter and killer, but he's still this tiny, cute little kobold at the same time. So the whole series is focused on the fact that you have this tiny, cute little kobold who is rising up in the ranks, being the first ever monster admitted into a crime family, and then eventually starting their own crime family. But they're just this tiny, cute little kobold.
Hey everybody, Pope here, Pope World on Twitter, Pope World on Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. I get to play Marlowe on this. Both he and I use he, him pronouns. And as for if we got hit by the delightful Truckoon, Marlowe wants Ghost in the Shell. He's not going to get it. Instead, he is going to be sent off into the world of Exalted. And we'll probably end up being one of the alchemicals and just loathe existence and then dream of getting that big city body. But that's it for me. I'm here because I hate invisible mechs and I want to see them all burn.
Hey everyone, what's up? It's me, Bao. This is my channel. Today I bring Nevaeh Russo, the former C-list Insta celebrity, whatever you want to call her. We both use she, her pronouns. If she was forced into an isekai situation, you know, she might fall down a well and end up in feudal Japan and have to, like, help some half-demon dog boy, like, become a good person or something. Like, because, you know, I am the child. I went through high school when Adult Swim first came up, and my favorite isekai anime is 100% Inuyasha. Like... Ooh, or would she go to Fasuji Yugi? Hold on a second. That's a whole nother ball game. Anyway, yeah, one or the other. But yeah.
I mean, if you want to get really technical, Wizard of Oz is also an isekai.
Yes, it is. It's probably one of the first ones ever. With that...
I hate that that's a thing. I hate that Alice in Wonderland is now an isekai.
Yep.
I am going slightly mad.
It counts.
Yep.
I just realized I don't actually know what this word means because I don't really know anime, but I'm assuming it's portal fantasy, kind of? Like,
in another world. It's a,
okay.
It's a very simple word.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep. I love how this entire time we're just, like, educating Anna on... Like,
what is anime without actually watching it?
Yeah, what is anime? Like, one of these days, like, I don't know, maybe our after party, we will just sit down and, like, pick a show to watch.
I do really want to watch Ghost in the Shell. Everything that Pope has said about it has made me want to watch it, and I've never seen it, so... Yeah.
The process of learning about anime without actually having to watch anime is very good, actually, and you should keep it that way. Save yourself.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
So, hey, what's up? If you actually want us to become an isekai anime, it could happen. Like, all of our characters get thrown into another system. It is possible. You can affect this game with your bits, subs, and donations. Every 100 biddies on this channel for this particular game gives us rerolls. When you subscribe to the channel or gift subs, you can give us either an auto crit success or add an accuracy dice to our pool. Both are very helpful. And if you just donate straight up money through coffee or Streamlabs, a sliding scale of your donation of making shit happen, of course, to the GM's discretion, our MechMaster's discretion, and we will never, ever do anything that crosses any lines or veils within our game because the safety of our players is important. So, with that, let's recap and switch over to where we were before. What's going on, y'all?
Well, as a matter of fact, you are in the midst of life and or death combat with, some might say, the hardened core of the Alexandros mech force. You are fighting not too far outside of Station 68369, a pirate station right about on the edge of civilized space, as it were. You are finally following through on the promise that the group made to the Red Fin, connected with some of their fellow Tartarus escapees. And things seem to be going great when the leader of the Alexandros, the Magus himself, went real hard, real fast, and got murked. But apparently, that doesn't seem to have really phased his escorts that much. And after quickly appointing a new leader, the battle has continued and seems like it's not going to stop until it can't continue anymore. So it's round 3. Player turn first. That's right.
I don't even have ComCon up. Jesus Christ. Let's do. Sorry, someone is definitely not going. I am definitely not first. Anyway. Like,
I'd actually, I think, like to go first this time, if I may, because I have some cool things that are certainly helpful when we begin. Let's see, where is it? I would like to go ahead and, because I need to do this as part of my, I forget what action it's called, but you have to do it before you take any other actions. I would like to use my armor-piercing anti-materiel rifle on this little sentinel pirate right there. You see?
Yep.
So I have to use that before I take any other actions, including movement, anything like that.
Before you move. Protocols have to be done before absolutely everything else.
Okay, cool. So that is a total of 12.
Okay,
I don't think that's going to be very good.
You might be surprised.
I would be, actually.
Because his evasion is 8.
Yes! Okay, cool. So this will deal 2d6 armor piercing.
Rude.
Yeah, sorry, not really. Oh, poo. I rolled a 1 and a 2, so 3 points of armor piercing damage. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and spend my last AP to reload. Or my last, sorry.
Stabilize is a full action.
Oh, just kidding. Okay, then let's see. What will I be doing instead? Probably moving behind this rock. There we go.
Rapid response. You actually activate the Sentinel's rapid response. Allows them to boost whenever he spots movement. Xavier, I do believe that he is currently within your 2 threat. So if you would like to overwatch him, please roll them bones. 1, 2, 3. If that's going to be the end of your turn, next up we have an NPC. Oh, come on. Sentinel's going to activate. He is highly concerned about what's going on behind this rock, and is therefore going to hit move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello. And Julian, just a quick check. Are you hidden at this time?
I am not current. Let's
See.
see. So I remember my last turn because that's a very good question. I wonder whether I had the action economy to hide again. I activated my what's the term for it? The power up, so I could get the boost as the free action. Made my way out here. Veil rifled my two friends. Moved back. So yes, I would have, since boost is a free action, shooting is a quick action, movement, and then I have a quick action remaining, so I would have hit. So yes, I am hiding.
Okay, good stuff. So doesn't know you're there. Feels like there probably should be something around there, but there's things to deal with in the meantime. So maybe didn't get a great look. You are actually Ariadne. Who knows? Mechs are weird. Mechs are weird. Sometimes optical camouflage is a thing. But fuck that turret drone. None of that. So he's going to blast it with his combat shotgun. Six.
Six. Against evasion. My evasion is 10 for the drone.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
It's about to be very sad. You made a poor decision, T1 Sentinel Pirate, but okay.
Lock on Ariadne. Yeah. They're working hard, okay? I promise. They're working hard out here. This is sometimes I have a bad day. Player.
Oh, if you don't mind, I will definitely take the next turn. Oh no, they've been fighting very hard. They've been doing some really, really effective lockdown. But like the previous leader who moved out of position and then immediately got jumped, T1 Sentinel Pirate made poor decisions. So Julian just moves. I don't need to boost around the rock. And in like because he's looking that way, the right ear of his like headset, Julian is like, behind you, as there is a whirling roundhouse kick. This is actually going to be I'm going to use my full action to barrage and attack 3 times. We're going to be disgusting. So I'm going to initially lead on the Old Faithful, the Charged Blade, because it is both my first attack of the turn, and there isn't an ally also melee range, so I get advantage I get accuracy on the attack for it being the first attack of the turn. Because I am also in power-up mode, I have another accuracy on all attacks, checks, and saves. So I'm making this roll with 2 accuracy, which I can actually use doing the character sheet thing, because I remembered to put that detail in. Give me a sec. Oh, yes, that's like Roll20 has made character sheet stop existing. It's worked now. It just took a moment. I was like, oh, it ate it. Thank you. Thank you, Roll20, for this blessing. Okay, so accuracy, 2 accuracy. Do I have any blockers? Do I have any anti-accuracy?
No, he's not that kind of NPC.
Okay, just checking. We're going to be rolling the Charged Blade. Let's go. Hopefully that did that correctly.
Looks like it did roll them dices proper.
So pretty low hit, 10, but
his evasion is the 8.
All right. Okay. So we land a hit, and we deal 6 damage.
And that's. Oh wait, I think that's. Is it 1d3 or 2d3?
It's 1d3 plus 3.
Oh, okay. Yep. He has to take it all because that's how armor penetration works. 14.
Is it dead? Because if not, I will do the follow-up attack.
Not even.
All right,
Mostly, but not even.
let's keep going then. Let's keep going then. So as I understand how barrage works, I can use 2 mounts.
All right.
I have my main mount, which is just the charge blade because it is a big boy, but I have 2 segment knives on my flex mount, and as I understand, you use all the weapons in a mount when you use that mount to attack.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to be doing 2 segment knife hits as well. This is like a whirling flurry of high kicks, low kicks, spinning as we go in with the 2 segment knife hits. These do not have 2 levels of accuracy, just 1. So I need to make sure that is reflected on my sheet. And
you have 1.
Attack 1, 13.
That'll do.
Is that? Oh, hold on. That is slightly inaccurate. That is 1d3 plus 1. So that should be.
Okay. 3 damage total. He's got a port of armor. He survives that.
Cool. And let's go for the third one.
Oh my gosh!
That will do. Sadly, I don't even get the mild pleasure of getting to overheat you with the overheat attack because you, infuriatingly, didn't have the common decency to roll
a 1 on the 1d3. Yeah, luck was on my side today.
Rude.
I've been rolling very mediocre in every other tabletop RPG I've been playing in the last 2 weeks, though. So karma comes back around.
That spikes him out.
There is Ariadne. You see Julian uncloak in a flurry of like Chun-Li style lightning legs, resulting in one just going straight through the cockpit of where the kind of like man's is in this mech, stopping an inch before his nose.
Typical pirate attempts Evo moment 37. You think it might be really hype, and instantly misses the first parry, and it's all downhill from there.
Just eats the entire super.
The second that Julian does that, the Baba Yaga mech head just sort of swivels over, and you hear Ariadne's voice over comms going, "I just loosened it for you, that's all." And then the mech just does the thing like chickens do, where they just sort of shake their heads when they're a little bit flustered.
A bonus thing to note, although it doesn't matter, I landed 3 successful attacks in range of my turret, and it would have been shot for 3 points of damage each time. But it doesn't matter; it's dead.
That would. Yeah, now that you've reminded me of that thing, that would save you in attack, although that would not actually save you in action economy at all. So,
it's all good. But because it's part of the same mount, both attacks would have fired, so it's all good. It was we got overkill, but not the overkill that does me heat damage, so I'm okay.
That mech is just gone. There's no salvage at all, even if there were.
I guess from the external perspective, we see the mech go around the corner and then immediately the sound of it exploding.
Well, there's some debris drifting out. Let me see if I can't get.
And arm was violently ejected.
This away. It's not great. The Rainmaker was more in line of commanding. They might have some very pointed coaching to make about going around blind corners, but that's not what they're in for. So next up we have an NPC, and let's see here, the Rainmaker is going to activate, and they're going to do what they're always in for. Here, first off, they're going to. I'm going to double check to make sure that this recharged, because I have been gleefully using it every single round I'm able to, because why wouldn't I? Yes, it did. Hades missiles out. So in a cone starting from this rude ass turret drone, So that'll be covering Ariadne. Won't hit Julian, so it'll only be Ariadne and the drone need to both make energy saves, not energy saves, agility saves.
Roll plus my agility. Okay. Can I add accuracy to a save?
Yes. I Roll20 interface might not be very nice for it, but yeah, just roll that add that d6.
Okay. I mean, I'm using my physical dice anyway, so.
Oh, sure.
Guess I didn't need it. Because I rolled a natural 20. So.
That'll do.
Hey.
So you take 2 energy and 1 heat.
Okay.
I think the turret drone is spiked no matter what, because it only
the turret drone is immobile and cannot dodge, so I suppose it blows up now.
Yep, it go by. I'm going to just...
No worries, Julian has 2 more.
Yeah, I'm going to delayer it with that in mind. Conserve your resources. But that's going to be its first. Quick with its next. It's just about got Xavier spiked. So let's have some. Xavier does a 9 hit your evasion.
Yes, it does.
Ooh, great. It did have to consume the lock on to get that. So let's make that go away. You take 4 explosive damage and are knocked back 1 hex.
1 hex?
1 hex.
Okay.
And it can attack multiple characters, and Navaya is there, so it's going to attack her as well. This odds the Rainmaker on the line over here.
Somebody.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that 4 doesn't hit your
Definitely
evasion.
not.
But you still take 2 because it's reliable.
2.
And you are not dealt knockback because that's how qualities work.
Okay, yep.
And that's going to be its turn player.
I believe I'll have a go. So Xavier got knocked back 1 square. And he's going to... I'm going to move my full movement. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. And end up right here. And then what I'm going to do is... I would like to do a barrage if I can.
By all means.
Okay. Let's see here. Dice. We got a 12 on the dice.
To attack what?
To attack the the Rainmaker right here.
The Rainest of Makers. His evasion is.
And I got that's on the dice. I got a 12, but adding all like the other stuff with it, that would be a 14.
Okay, 14. His evasion is 8. So roll them bones.
Okay, and this is my heavy mount charge blade. Ooh, that is 8 points of armor piercing damage.
Don't like that one bit. Not dead.
And since I still have my barrage, I'm gonna go deal more big old damage to this thing. Actually, hold on. Just want to double check. Does this count as super heavy? Nope, it's not a super heavy. Okay. So I'm gonna attack twice with that. I got a 20.
Does have to be a different mount each time.
Oh, it does have to be a different mount?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then I'll use my thermal pistol.
Okay.
But it's still a 20. Like I rolled a 20 in the dice. 20.
That is crit.
Heck yeah.
Does thermal pistol roll for damage?
It does not roll for damage. It's just 2 points. It just says 2 right there.
You son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
It only had 2 health left. How dare.
So it's like basically this whole thing where Xavier boosted forward and you saw him like he drew that sword out from he had his sword out in one arm, in one hand, and he brought it up and he slammed it down on the Rainmaker and then pulled the Rainmaker away and pulled the sword away. And he did like this really cool twirl with the sword in one hand, holding it behind him. And as he did that, he reached behind him and this a hand-mounted revolver pops out from the wrist of the robot and it slides into his fist. He grabs it and he just does like this Devil May Cry style where he just knocked the thing up in the air, points the gun into the air and just like blam, blam, fires it repeatedly up in the air at the thing, just juggling it up in the air, even though they're in space. But still, it happens.
Fine, relatively speaking, there's gravity everywhere. It all works out. Power rank A. You're good. If you want to hit that S, you've got some work to do.
That's only I can do because I did a barrage, so I can only do 2 attacks with that, and that's a full action to do a barrage.
Okay. Next is going to be an NPC. In the interest of perhaps breaking the curse of every NPC, I pick immediately fucking dying. Let's try the much beefier support, who is getting a little bit desperate. So, Xavier, you're getting rammed. Does a 9 hit your evasion?
Yes, it does. My evasion is 9.
Okay. You are knocked prone, which is essentially expected to have the same effects, but you don't have to try and mentally square how you are flat on your back in literal space. Just, you, between like spinning and being off axis, you are effectively prone. You are knocked
System
back in
shock.
space.
Yeah.
And you are dealt no damage because Rand is not actually that kind of thing. And with its remaining quick, let's see here. Roll an agility save. Because you are prone, you do have a level of disadvantage.
Okay. So that's
Difficulty.
what disadvantage is like what, -1?
Minus
Yeah,
D6.
Minus
-D6.
It does counter sources of advantage. Roll whatever your net is.
It's a 13.
Okay, that is going to match. Why did I say match? That is actually going to exceed its save target. So while there is a burst of goop in your area of space, you are not stuck in it. So you've got that going for you, and its turn is over. Next plane.
Sup.
Hi.
Guy Pope.
Hello. So we're going to use that free boost first. Get up here. Hello, Scout. We're going to full tack. First, going to lock on. And then we're going to invade. So let's Blackjack.
Yeah, that'll do.
So they are going to be just the standard invade, so impaired and slowed. But they need to give me make a choice. Either they can take 2 heat, or I get to move them 2 spaces.
Move them 2.
They're going to collide with the support mech.
Won't do much. Won't do much. I'll tell you that because it's smaller,
Still,
and it was already next to the support mech. So
one of them is going to have crumple zones, and I don't care who.
Let's see here. He's gonna. Let's roll that as an attempted ram. What? Wow, Scout. He's bigger than you, so I gauge you accuracy. You can still fucking miss. Come on. So it
Trades paint, but there we go.
Yeah, it's frankly you're kind of disappointed at your improvised projectile because I mean you kind of think you could manage it but couldn't.
Nah, but and then I'll use my move to go back behind my rock.
Let me.
That's me.
Okay. Next up is going to be an NPC. It's going to have to be the scout who is currently immobilized per the stealth aura that rudely refused to recharge. So, in the interest of not, in the interest of staying alive a bit longer, he's going to pump stabilize specifically to remove the. Specifically, he's going to clear off the impaired condition. Still used up his full, so we can't do much till he overcharges, which he will do in the interest of. Oh, forgot about these. So.
What?
Xavier, you are being hit with core worm rockets. 3 drones have just attached themselves to your mech. They are drilling into your cockpit. They are going to reach that cockpit in 3 rounds, and they won't kill you, but if anything so much as looks at you funny, that will.
You muted.
When did this happen exactly?
Now.
Oh, like it just happened?
Yeah,
God
on the
did
turn.
that to you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Pirate. And
okay.
pirates have pirate tech is vicious.
So I'm just kind of confused because like there was like no roll done against me. That's why I'm kind of confused here. That's why.
No, all the core worm needs to go off is proximity.
Okay.
And
all right.
Got it. So yeah, there are three drones on your mech. They will reach you in 3 rounds. The end of this round will count as 1.
And how do I stop that from
an engineering save? It's an engineering or system save as a quick. Looking for a. Let me open up this. Real quick. A target is 11. You or any allied characters adjacent to you can make the save as a quick to nip one off per successful save. And if you shut down, the core worms will stop progressing because they're drones. They go by they follow the power.
All right.
That's the pirate turn.
Okay. I believe that leaves me left.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna use my free boost to get up here. use my quick action to deploy a drone. My macaroon, please. About here to see these people.
All right.
Um,
Let me layer the map. Instead, wrong layer. Make sure you still got token. Object. Make sure you still got control. You do. You should be able to move your drone where you need to.
I think I can put it here, so I'm gonna put it here. That's my drone. So now we have info on both of these guys.
Ask me for things as you feel appropriate.
Yeah. I guess one is how alive are they?
The scouts got all 8 of its 8 hull points. The support has 13 of their 15.
13 of their 15. Okay.
Oh, and the scout had 2 of 6 heat, but as part of the stabilize, that cleared right off.
Oh, I'm coming in a hair quiet? Okay. Sorry. My audio is doing its thing. Okay. So, with that, let's see what my range on my pistol is. Not a lot, but I can still move. Sorry. And I know that my Ava is my project shield is the one that's down from when I went down. I think I'm going to... You know what? I'm going to go ahead... So what is this box again? Sorry, I just need a reminder that Xavier's going through.
That is the difficult terrain from the blue gun, the support shot.
Gotcha.
Basically every hex the box touches except for this one that I'm highlighting right now, just to be super clear, is difficult terrain.
There's difficult terrain.
Movement point extra movement point to go in and go through.
Okay. So what I will do is I'm gonna just move here, and that'll put Xavier in my buddy system stuff. And yeah, just be there to support Xavier.
You've got one quick action left, I do believe.
I don't think anything I have is in range that I could use, because my pistol's 5, my missile rack is 10, and I can't use my rifle.
You do know that there are core worms all up on that neck.
Ooh, so I can do an engineering check, right?
System save or engineering save.
Okay. Is that in my... Where would I find... Oh, there it is. I'm going to do an engineering save. I have a +2 to that. So, and what I will do is I will add a... I have 2 accuracy, so I'm going to add an accuracy onto that.
But ignore the eye on the full, it is a check. Practically speaking, same, but add your grit.
Add my grit?
Yes.
Ooh.
Which is 1.
Yeah, which is 1, so I get a +3. Then, cool. I'm going to do an engineering.
Looking for an 11?
An 11? Oh, okay. Yes. Well, I made that with a 19 + 6 altogether. So
1 core worm is cleanly removed. There are 2 left.
I pull the one that's going straight for his face. No! Ask for consent first.
Confusion in drone. Here we have all NPCs have gone. Do we have any players who still need to take?
I think I was the last one. Yeah.
Okay, so that's round reset. 4 worms get a little bit closer. 2 rounds left. 2 4 worms left. NPC turn. Sadly, Hornworms don't recharge, so I don't get to do that again. But Nervi, you are targeted with the marker rifle, and because the support rifle effect doesn't last forever, it gets to roll with right. Does a 20 will hit?
Yeah, I think so.
Your-
I don't think it's not gonna hit anyone here. Like,
And as a wonderful pirate,
yeah.
this is what some might say a deadly marker rifle.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of taking no damage, take 6 energy damage.
Energy. Okay.
Mhm.
Got it.
You have also received lock on
Mm-hmm.
and are shredded and cannot hide or become invisible.
Okay.
I should let's call that shredded. Sure, why not? And going to also lock on to Xavier with another quick, and is additionally going to fudge around a bit to. I need to get rid of this aura. That aura doesn't mean anything anymore. Is going to hide behind his good friend, the support. Oh wait a minute. Oh,
That's me.
wrong.
That's my buddy.
Pretend I did the right thing and not the wrong thing. Just a moment. There we go. Hide. And by hide, I mean just he's behind the support. He's not actually taking the hide action. You can, NPC turned on PC.
If I may, because there's probably going to be a hail of attacks from Xavier and Nevaeh in a bit. I figure it would be a great time to put the bonus damage turret down. So we are going to use our free boost to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to be putting the turret drone down as a quick action here.
Okay, let's get you to token here.
Thank you. I do have 1 remaining, and I'm wondering, do I put a void rifle? Do I put a veil rifle shot through my friends, or do I put like a second turret down and be disgusting? But I think the veil
would require an
rifle
alpha
shot
charge.
Because we can't do the same thing twice in a row without giving ourselves heat. That is true. In that case, I will just move here, because that I think will still, if we are ruler tool, if we're shooting there, we go actually through everybody. So
Yep.
Fantastic. Let's go make a veil rifle shot. $20. I do 1 damage, so I only do 2 damage to I guess back turret, because as far as I understand, it pierces through targets, right? So I'll still hit.
Line attacks do they hit everything that's it's in the line. Crits don't deal double, they only roll twice and take better.
And did it do that for me? It didn't, so I'm gonna go roll a 1d3 and see if I can get something better than a 1. There we go. But 1 extra point of damage is an extra point of damage.
That is definitely how you say improvement.
Yeah, so the spacer vehicle and the scout pirate take 3 damage total unless they have armor, and my 2 friends also gain soft cover until the end of their turn.
Okay. The support effect does have armor, so instead of taking all of it, takes most of it. The scout isn't so lucky. Yep. And that's 5.
And then my turret drone then I guess shoots both of them for 3 damage unblockable. Well, undodgeable. It deals 3 kinetic damage. It doesn't seem to have a dodge effect, so it might respond to their armor. But yeah, give them another 3 damage each. You know, just for fun.
Wood. So let's see here. That's going to be 2 and
Man, turret drone is sick, actually.
3. At 3. Very good. Okay. Still got more to do.
That was both my quick actions and my move, so I am done. I love that I am a support unit that specifically deals bonus damage. That's very good, right?
All right. Next up, the friend support. First off, hashtag glue gunnin. Julian, make yourself an agility save. Looking to beat a man. I like that strength. Looking to beat a 10. You are not.
No.
Yep. But there is a gross
Difficult terrain again, huh?
All around you.
Oh no, the box.
The box.
The box.
Actually, I suppose an important question. Is this box in 3D space? For example, if I boost into the air.
If you were to go straight up, you would in fact escape the box. Just do something to make sure that we all remember that you are up above the box.
Yep. Just checking.
But yep. And let's see here with another quick. Is there something helpful he can do? No, all of his helpful support actions are wonderful, wonderful passive. Normally this is great, except when it's not. So he's gonna lock onto the turret drone. That feels like a problem. And that's going to be the end of their turn. Since there's only 2 NPCs left alive, a straight PC to the end of the round.
If I may, first we're going to move into range, so we'll use that free boost. There. We're going to use one of the auto crits on a systems check to get rid of one of those damn burrowing drone things.
You need to be adjacent to do that.
Have to be adjacent in order to do that? Okay, not in adjacent sensors. Damn, can't do that.
Darn.
Well,
we tried.
We'll do the next best thing. I am in range, however, to invade. I'm going to give Xavier a boost. So we'll do that check.
Bolster. You don't need to make a check for bolster. You can just do it.
So I have a free boost?
Actually, on your next save, you get a free double accuracy on your next save. That's what bolster does. So you get, so there's a bolster, and let's see here. Then I guess I can't just hide behind my rock all day. I'll get closer. And I really don't like these scouts. And I think I've got range and line of sight to the one that's hiding behind the support mech. So we're just going to fire with the smart gun. So.
Remember, the one right in front of you is our Lotus drone. Is Macaroon. That's Macaroon. Yeah.
I mean, you could shoot it. I won't stop you. You can do that.
So, fire the smart gun.
Oh, that actually didn't help at all. I'm sorry.
So,
evasion is 10.
Four. Okay. Damn. Wow. So with double accuracy, that sucked. This is why we only do tech actions. Actually, wait. It's smart. What's its electronics?
10.
E is 10 as well as.
Evasion is 12. E defense is 10.
Yeah, you can get all your
E-defense is
information
10?
on it. Yeah,
Okay. Damn.
you can
Even
get the
the
heat
E-defense
info
is 10.
too if you want. You get HP evasion, E defense, and heat. They can't hide.
Well,
Yeah.
I just managed to whiff in a situation that shouldn't have been possible. But that's me.
Sometimes E defense isn't the worst number. So next player.
Wally, would you like for me to
Yeah.
continue to peel these things off of Xavier
Actually,
while we're next
that
to each
would
other?
that would
Did
be
you
wonderful.
take a turn this round?
Me? No.
Did you take a turn this round already? Okay.
No, it's just been Julian and
Short since
yeah.
because
Because I was at the end of the round. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
it's
just
just-
been Julian and Nevaeh that took turns so far.
Yeah. So this will be because there's no more NPCs, right?
Mhm.
Cool. I'm just gonna continue to pry this stuff off of Xavier, the second one. Oh, nice. So it's a 17 plus 6 altogether with the engineering save.
That's going to beat the 11 you make. Another core worm comes off. One left.
And I don't. And that's like that was a full action, right?
Quick.
That was a quick action, so I still have a
Yes.
full action. Oh man, if I
You
would
got
have
quick.
known that, I would have shot my anti-material rifle first.
You still have quick. And you didn't move.
So
I
you
just
still
did.
fired the rifle.
I can still fire the rifle. Oh, then I'm gonna
Yes.
fire the rifle at this guy right here.
All right.
Cool. I'm
Roll
gonna
them
use an auto crit on that.
Ooh.
Yep.
Roll them damages twice and take the best.
Twice and take the best, right? So 2d6.
Mhm.
Okay. Right, the best would be 9.
Dead.
Ooh.
That noise was in character. Like, all right. And that is my turn. I'll keep hanging out with over here. Yep.
Good shots,
Let me just-
Nevaeh.
let me
I
just
know,
quietly
thanks.
Rename. Let me just quietly promote the new Megas because it took surprisingly
The
long.
last one alive. Does
Yeah.
that mean the person
I
that gets the killing
imagine
blow is now
is
the
he
new
just
leader?
in his cockpit like
You hear Xavier over the comms say, "I guess you're working your way up to be the new leader, Nevaeh. Don't let the responsibility go over your head."
Do I get to use hashtag new Megas on my next post?
I suppose if you feel that's what you need to do, yeah.
I think so.
If you want to take extremely public credit for killing the Alexandros Megas 3 times, please tell me that you're doing it. It'll be relevant.
I'll think about it. I don't know. Like she might take a selfie. You know what? She's gonna take a selfie and be like, just doing typical Mac stuff. Hashtag new Megas.
What's in the picture?
It's like,
What's in the picture and where
It's
are
a
you publishing
selfie.
it?
It's a selfie. So really, all you can see is like me in my cockpit.
Okay.
Out here doing hot mega shit.
Yeah, out here.
As opposed to the mech actually having a gigantic smartphone that it carries. That's a good point.
And where is it being published?
Space Instagram.
Okay.
Spacestagram. MySpace.
So it's going. So it's out in the Omninet.
It's FTL Graham.
Duly noted.
Yeah.
But anyway.
However, it is privated to my followers only.
Sure.
To my mutuals.
That's
it is
going
locked.
to
It is
do
locked
a-
to my mutuals. That's what's gonna
That's
happen.
going to do things.
Yep, it is locked to
Might
my
not be the things
mutuals.
you like.
Mhm.
Anyway, I think it's still got players going. So
Yeah.
take them.
Yep. I can go. I would like to spend my full action to, what is it called? Stabilize, to reload my giant gun, and then take advantage of the Everest boost as a free action. 2, 3, 4, 5 to just move a little bit closer.
Also, do note that does let you clear your lock on. You can stabilize that you clear a condition that you
Okay.
did not apply to yourself.
So I would also clear that lock on then while I'm reloading.
Yes.
Reloading.
Gonna overcharge to do a thing or
Nope.
player?
No overcharging. I'm already at 4 heat, so I think potentially taking more heat is a bad idea.
Come on.
You know, I just
you.
It's
Okay,
just a little
I'll tell you what. The
stuffy
reactor
inside
table
of
is
the
reactor table is a little bit meaner than the structure table. You can in fact kill yourself on reaction on your first reactor roll. But let me tell you what, that'd be really fun for me. So how's about you?
It would be fun for you, and that's what I'm worried about. I don't.
Fun police here.
Sorry.
But anyway, next player. Do we have? Yes, I think we do have one player left.
That's me actually. Only one I haven't done anything yet. So I'm going to move my full movement.
Bye.
Actually, no, not my full movement. Actually, no, not bunnies. I'm just going to attack him back here because I can't attack him back here. So, no,
And you get my buddy system stuff when you're next to me.
I know. Actually, no, I know what I'll do. As first, I'm going to activate my protocol and activate the the protocol is project shield. I nominate a character within line of sight, and all ranged melee attacks that they do against me have +2 difficulty until the start of my next turn.
And if I remember the project shield correctly, it works the other way too.
Yep, it works both way around. Yeah. But I'm gonna use it on this bad boy over there.
Sure.
And that is what I'm gonna do. And for my quick action, I'm gonna remove another one of those things.
Oh, okay, yeah. Roll a dice
with double accuracy.
That's even better because I already have +1 extra accuracy because of my
the overdrive. So
yep.
3d6, take the best.
That is a 20.
All right, that'll be save target. The last 4 word is off and goes drifting off into space, quickly repowering itself because it's not that fancy.
And that was one of my quick action. I have 2 more quick action left. And for my second quick action, I'm just going to fire my wrist-mounted gun at the Alexandros over there.
Take the requisite difficulty since there is a projector shield in the way.
Yep. Down 9. But because I have +1 accuracy, that's 10.
How many accuracy do you have versus how much difficulty?
It's actually 2 for 2. They cancel each other out.
Okay.
So right there, it's an 11.
That's gonna go wide. Its evasion is 12.
Did you add a point of grit?
I just imagine it does the thing where like it would hit, but then it just turns to the side to like decrease that hitbox, and the
actually
just
wait. I did not add my point of grit. It's now a 12. It is now a 12. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Because I get +1 from what Pope did. I had +1 from my ability of my mech, and then I add another +1 because I didn't add my grit last time.
Absolutely unacceptable roll damage.
I don't roll damage. It's just 2 points.
But
Plus an
Might actually
additional
help
3
out.
points of damage.
Plus an additional 3 points of damage.
quiet. Anyway, he's dead. He's dead.
Oh, this
The
I
magic
totally
is-
see how you see it. Is that Xavier holds his hand out, the wrist-mounted gun like pops out of the wrist, twirls, and ends up in his hand, and it's like the size of like a freaking like one of those big boy like hand cannons, and just holds it, takes stands at it, and just goes bang, and he fires the trigger, and you just see like a space bullet fly out, and it just goes through the hull of the
Space bullet.
space bullet.
Space bullet.
Space bullet.
The prefix of space is very important to the understanding of what this weapon does.
It's actually deeply. It is frankly a highly technical term. Space.
Yeah,
Well, space.
just like there's
matters.
space Instagram, there's space Twitter. There's yeah. His like
Facebook. It's
Spacebook. See, MySpace is already like there, so it's fine.
Oh, there's no MySpace in this world at all.
Space Journal.
Listen,
Spanga.
listen, there were apocalypses, and MySpace didn't make it. Didn't make
Yeah,
it.
the second committee got rid of MySpace.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
Apparently,
You
yeah.
had to make way for the goodness of Despacito too.
Space you can't be everybody's friend. Second, Setcom is everybody's friend. So anyway, enemies down, AO clear. You're able to kind of shift your focus to the ongoing battle around you, which has basically swung heavily in the Redskins' favor because they are no longer being menaced by an elite squad of mechs, and they did bring more ships. So
Those
they're able
were
to
elite. What a joke.
they are able to push in. They're able to push into. Okay, you see them pushing in towards the station. Your ostensible captain hails you. Oh yeah, I think it's about time for us to fucking book. Yeah, you got any salvage? Take it with you and fucking leaving. Do not like getting shot at, and I'm sure you would appreciate not getting left behind. Yeah. So get moving.
Oh yeah. Oh, time to go. Let's skedaddle.
Yeah.
Hustle.
Julian quickly and quietly just kind of picks her way out of glue jail as I guess we come back the way we came in terms of our little entrance point.
Yeah, you don't have to worry too much about that.
Yeah, we don't.
You were
Oh,
You're
sure,
not-
but
you're
just
not
kind of
on,
walking and talking.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
not on combat time unless you have something really, really complex you want to do, or unless you want to steal one of these asteroids or something. Which I don't judge.
Yay.
But yeah, anyway, you can drop off the map if you so choose, because we no longer need it. And everybody else, after some time, you make it back to the ship, where you're greeted by a few techs, and Smokey, who he's got what you recognize as kind of a concerned look about him. Yeah, as everybody is piling out. It's yeah, you are in whatever state of stress you feel appropriate, and yeah. All right, so yeah, I was kind of saying how the ship left me, but there was something going with the Night Lords, right?
Yeah, Conrad Kurz. Weird fella.
But he was in the system. I thought he might not be. And that would definitely explain why I'm getting some reports that combat has not ended.
Hold on. Hold on. Are you saying that you knew that the leader of the Night Lords was as strong as they are?
Yeah, people talk about him. He's got a reputation.
And like Julian massages this like sides of her temples. How did we even think that they were small fry and nobody said anything?
No one said anything about this. That they were this level of a gang. My gosh, are we that out of touch?
Well, we did just get out of prison, okay?
Fair.
We did, and I just died, officially.
Yeah.
So
No, you're right. You're right.
I like because we had this previous altercation where we kind of went in that situation and pretended to be Night Lords, and it went really well. So we just assumed that we were just really good actors and did the hustle, and in fact we were mediocre actors, and everybody is just terrified of the Night Lords.
yeah,
I like that concept as an alternate flashback, being like, why did that go so well? I see.
Oh, I just remembered. We have Alto Andromeda with us because of me spending my 2 rounds after.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was like, there's something that
She's on
I'm
the
missing
ship.
here. Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
of
And
course.
you cleared your favor.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And Alto's not here. If you're inclined to think about it, you figure that she just doesn't want to meet you at this point. Perhaps maybe she's
You know
somewhere
what?
else in the show.
Can't really say I blame her. I just was, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I really don't think we should be. I don't think we should be going back. Just for whatever it's worth. Philosophically speaking, I don't really think regime change is the kind of game any of us should be getting into. And I don't. It's the station. I'm sure Conrad couldn't displace the Alexandros. As long as things don't go too sideways, he probably won't be able to displace the Finns either. Maybe it'll work out.
We've come to a reasonable agreement. He seems, well, impressive and intimidating. That is an individual that wants to stay hidden.
From what I discussed with the guy, he enjoys his privacy. The fact that he even agreed to do this with us is honestly surprising. The fact that we got out of this like we did, I'm going to say we got lucky. We all have to agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Well, we either got lucky or we've got somebody that we need to be more worried about making sure that we got out, which is kind of where I've been, or my head's been at since. Sorry, player is blanking on the name of the person that was like assassinate the president. But Ariadne remembers the name of that person.
Gamble.
Thank you. Even though, again. I
Great
still
guy.
cannot shake the feeling that we're being played, I don't like it. And
honestly, this is 100%. I know we're being played by someone.
Yeah.
Julian bristles at that.
It's the by someone that bothers me more. If I'm being played, I at least want to know who's holding the cards, right?
Agreed.
It's going to take time, but right now, we did the job, Smokey.
Yep.
We get paid.
Yeah, and he kind of like fishes around, like pulls out a tablet, like this has got coordinates. Should be a cache of. Well, of course, the goods are illicit, but they're good, and unless you're inclined to go in notifying the proper authorities, shouldn't be too hard to get profits off.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
In the meantime, after this, Captain needs to talk. And there's also that other one. I don't know why. Do you know any? Do you know her? Kind of. I might have seen her somewhere. But like, and does anybody respond to that open question?
What was the question again?
Do any he asked if any of you recognize their, because like he feels vaguely like he's seen him somewhere before, but he kept placing.
Seen what? Alto.
Seen who?
Yeah, who?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, those of you who know also know who he's referring to.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
No, Julian's candid about that, or at least I assume at some point Ari would have mentioned that they've gone to go and.
Oh
pick
yeah,
up.
totally. I mean, you knew that because I essentially like fled from
Gotta
the
go.
battle.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. So it was pretty obvious that we were doing a little search and rescue thing there.
Julian's pretty candid about who Alto Andromeda is. Yeah, we go way back. When you're working on the criminal side of things, it helps to have somebody in a contact on the legal side of things, just in case. And an investigator if you need something found out.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I only wonder. I don't know. Maybe I've just seen a similar face somewhere. Yeah, whatever.
You've not done anything that you need to investigate, have you?
Man, philosopher, revolutionary. Once upon a time, I was even something of an anarchist. I'm sure I pissed off somebody important. And yeah, he struggles, like clearly not like thinking too much about it anymore. And like want to talk because at least he seems like you get the distinct impression he doesn't really feel like the coming meeting is that much of his business. And yeah, that captain's called for you. He didn't put you on like a timetable or anything. So if you want to delay for a little bit as a group, sure. So yeah, let's do it next.
Well, I at least want to kind of get out of my combat suit. I've gotten surprisingly used to fighting in this thing. Way more quickly than I expected. I suppose it's fine, though. I don't mind.
Actually, I would like just some time to de-stress from everything we've been through these past couple of hours.
I think that would be good.
Honestly, we need to just get the hell out of system, head to the coordinates that Smokey gave us, get paid.
We can move
Yeah.
and also de-stress until we get to the point.
Yeah.
Once we get on station to the coordinates, use the Omni hook, try and get signal. That way you guys can pull the licenses you want. I can get the printer programmed for upgrades. Easy peasy.
Sounds good. Not to knock anybody's tailoring skills either, but if we have money, we could get actual real clothes, which would be nice.
That would actually be nice.
That means going to a new station or even a planet and getting, supplies.
I'm not adverse to that idea. Going somewhere where we can have a little bit more breathing room for a while, maybe somewhere even with mech storage would be nice.
If we know where we're going, we could totally like pre-buy everything and just like pick it up so we don't
or somebody make me a shopping list since nobody's ever seen this face before.
Ooh.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
You're right about that. No one has
and this hair.
Yeah.
Your hair looks so good, by the way. I did such a good job.
So, you guys feeling station or planet?
Well, once we get the cash, our reward cash, let's figure out if we're going to go station side or planet side.
Yeah.
Well,
and then make the jump from there.
Okay.
Trust you, Marlo, to make a good decision for us and plot out our course.
I just need to know if you guys. Some people I've traveled with get confine sick. You guys need sky and air, just say so. No need on toughing it out. But some folks are like me, which are station rats, and I prefer tighter confines. Open sky just feels uncomfortable.
Well, even on a planet side, there is a plenty number of dank and unusual buildings you can sequester yourself inside.
There's always a spaceport. There's always something. But if you guys need open sky, or some folks can only find solace on water for some reason, but if that's the case, just say so we can at least, when I consult with the captain, look at the charts and try and find some ideal location on the ass end of civilization.
Sure thing. Although, I have a feeling each of us individually has a bit of a contact list that we want to follow up on. I don't really know what your social life was like, Marlo, before imprisonment, but I'm sure the rest of us have a handful of loose ends that we might want to check on to see if they're still alive. It seems not all of them are these days, Julian says, looking over at Ari. At the very least, though, if we're not sure, I'm sure Alto Andromeda has a suggestion or two of a good place to lay low.
Sounds like everyone can use a few moments at the refresher, I think. And then reconvene after probably 2 cocktails.
That sounds so good. Oh my god. I'm
Sounds
gonna
good.
text my Rockstar friends first, let them know that we're leaving because they were like, oh, we could have a job for you. Or unless they just want us to promo on some other planet, I could do that for them. But I just, don't want to be rude about it.
You think about it. You think about it for a little bit, like as you're forming text, you realize that job was definitely for the Alexandros. So.
And I take a moment.
Maybe don't bring that up.
I take a moment, as I'm looking at my phone, and just, we're all right. Let's. I'm gonna take a shower. And I think with that, we're just gonna take a quick 5-minute break for everyone to get some bios and some snacks and some stretches, do a couple squats. We will be back shortly. So wave bye, my friend. And we're back, everyone. Welcome. We have returned after getting our bios and our drink and a couple of kitty cuddles. And yeah, we're back. So I think the entire cast is in characterly decompressing. If I understand what's going on.
Goodness me, it was a lot of fighting that we had to do in the last, well, 3 days, actually.
Yeah. Again, still prefer this at a distance, but feel like I'm getting the hang of it. So not entirely a wash.
There was I think it was raised of us getting 2 cocktails in ourselves before we go and speak to Boss Man, and Xavier but when the eye catch of the anime comes back after the break, have you already served the drinks, or is this in the process of?
It's definitely already served the drinks. So Xavier is behind the bar currently mixing up drinks for folk as we all like do this whole decompress moment. He looks pretty deep in thought currently as he like pouring drinks into him, shaking it up, pours out a drink, grabs a little sprig of lime, slides it over someone.
Yeah. Julian kind of like delicately picks hers up by the rim of hers and kind of swishes it around as she makes eye contact with Ariadne. So, what was it like watching yourself die for the first time?
Weirdly, I didn't really feel anything.
You
It was
adapt
like
to it
it
quickly.
no, I mean, it was so far removed. It was literally like it was happening to somebody else, which it was. And that's unfortunate for her. I mean, I don't feel happy that she's dead, but
it is what it is, I suppose.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you'll get used to the process of that happening every so often. Man, there was a surprising number of previous identities and cons from long ago where Rex Ophiuchus and Kier Velaris and Cirrus Mucha all had to variously meet their ends. Because at the end of the con, sometimes the bad actor needs to disappear. And that's a disappearing act I've had to do a number of times now.
Yep.
What I'm saying is it's an opportunity to leave the bad sides of yourself behind, she says, smiling quite naturally, quite genuinely. Did you know, fun fact, that because of the way that our cells grow and die, we technically become an entirely new person every 7 years?
No, I did not know that. That's kind of gross, actually, but it's interesting.
Yes. Well, this is an opportunity to become a new person on a somewhat more regular or more frequent schedule, if one would choose to, anyway.
No less gross way than 7 years worth of shedding dead skin.
A biological ship of Theseus, she says, raising her glass and cheers and taking a sip.
Ariadne actually understands that reference. So does Anna. Yeah, I honestly would prefer to do it a little bit more like a snake and get it all over with at once and go lie out somewhere where it's warm.
Somewhere it's warm, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, Xavier, you're coming in a little quiet.
Oh.
Space interference.
Space interference.
There we go. Thank you.
Solar flare.
Yeah.
So somewhere warm is what you're saying.
Not like artificial warm either. You know, heat is nice and all, but I mean like a sun, a star, a thermal vent, whatever it is.
Well, why not?
Well,
go someplace warm. We deserve it. We've been in prison for pretty much a very long time. Our whole sentence was for that we were going to die there. We have our freedom. We have not experienced sunlight and fresh air. I can't
Oh,
believe it.
you want a beach. Sand gets all the servos. Ah.
Not necessarily a beach.
Oh
A hot
no,
spring will
sand
do.
gets everywhere. It's like Nevaeh joins because she went and showered and
Mhm.
she has a towel around her head and somehow she has procured herself a robe. Someone in here had a robe that they kept to themselves, but it was hanging in the showers and she's like, today it's mine, and she is in a robe.
There's an engineer who's not happy that
You are
uh,
truly the most dangerous criminal currently
They
aboard
won
this
so
ship.
many games of cards to
For
get
that.
that robe in a bet.
It has
was
a
theirs. They
monogram
worked.
Yeah.
that is clearly not Nevaeh's.
Yeah, it's that nice like microfiber too that's really like plush and soft. It isn't like the shitty towel bathrobe, like a terry cloth
It
towel.
even has holes in the sleeve so you can put your thumbs through.
Oh,
She's gonna look at the tag and she's gonna be like, well, if Timothy wants it back, he can just come and get it.
I mean, if
you
I'll
hear
give it
steps
back.
like storming down the hallway.
Okay, I'm here for this.
bathrobe fight.
Continue talk, if you want to like continue talking for a little bit before Timothy.
Okay.
No. Hearing the storming steps, it's just going over to Marlo. Just casually walks over to the door, pulls down the console, just takes out a screwdriver, shorts the door, closes.
Bump,
Should
bump,
be
bump.
fine.
And he's probably
bump,
gonna
bump, bump,
quit
bump, bump,
banging
bump.
on that thing eventually.
Eventually, well.
Loud kick.
He slides Nevaeh a drink over.
Thank you.
So, maybe not a beach, but maybe just someplace where we can relax and enjoy some fresh air and sun.
What if we like went somewhere that was like just a little bit drier, a little bit more uh warm, but like didn't have a beach for sand? Like I don't mind sand getting in places, like I have protection for that. But what if we found something like wine country and we do a wine tour?
Wine country.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure. Like an arcology where there's an artificial vineyard inside.
Right, or where they just plant them naturally, because there are planets, like they're planets.
There's
places
something
with single
about the
biosphere.
idea that even in planets that we have access to, if humans have treated them the exact same way that they have treated Earth, trying to actually grow an entire vineyard like outdoors is not a thing.
I was just trying to imagine that also if that does exist, it would be so expensive. It would be like how for us right now, the idea of going to Mars is so astronomically expensive. Like in this universe, going to an actual outdoor vineyard is like a multi-million-dollar trip.
Yeah, like
You
planets
are
with
all-
an atmosphere permissive enough for like something like human life. Doable, possible, takes work.
Yeah.
If you want grapes, like just straight up grapes, like if you want that, that takes like orders of magnitude. Like there are people who aren't even in societies rich enough to ever see like straight up outside.
I feel like Nevaeh is definitely one of those people who have seen a grape
Yes,
once in
totally
their life.
have.
And they have never
what do you
let
mean
it
seen a
go.
grape? I've been to a vineyard outside.
Exactly. Nevaeh would have been to a vineyard out of all of us, so that's why he
Yes.
thinks like, yeah, why don't we just go?
Yep.
I'm already picturing in this far-flung future. Okay, so there's two classes of planets where this can happen.
Mhm.
One is essentially for Star Trek fans, Risa. This is a pleasure planet.
Right.
That is what this entire place is, just one giant Eden, and all they do is have fun and appeal to people who want to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other would be an agri-planet. there's not a lot of people on this planet. It's just here to grow shit.
Well, no. Sometimes you do get okay. Like there are planets that can support grapes because, like they have like say like native ecosystems. Fun fact about native ecosystems: they're not always open to the intrusion of humans. Like, and I'm not saying that there's absolutely like you know planets on which there are absolutely bioweapons, but there are.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, they're not being exported, but galaxy's on fire right now, so you don't
Mm.
know.
So
So-
new plan. We
Yeah.
go somewhere with a breathable atmosphere and maybe like a geothermal vent or something. I don't know, like a nice geyser.
Someplace where we can just
Ooh,
relax.
are you saying we need to go find a hot springs resort?
See, there's that word again, resort. People
Have-
pay attention to you. They follow you around in places
Oh.
like that. They keep asking you if they can help you and they need anything. No, you can't help me. I am a highly specialized operative, and if I needed something, I would just go find it myself. I would not
So-
go get someone to bring me a towel when I can find a towel. You know what I'm
But
saying?
but Ari, could you imagine like you not having to do any of that? Could you imagine just being weighted hand and foot on and just be like, you know what? I would like a human recharge, just like our mechs need to be recharged. They're plugged in right now. Just like that, like other people will do stuff for you. They're
No,
getting
I
paid for it, but they
could
will
not-
do things for you.
I could not imagine that.
Then
That's actually pretty
then
cool,
if you can't imagine it, if you like can't imagine it, then clearly we have to have you experience this because it's
Let me put it-
amazing.
I can't imagine it in a way that seems like it would be something people do for fun.
Like being waited on. The whole point of being waited on is so that you don't have to do minuscule tasks so that you can concentrate on having fun.
Nevaeh, you kind of ignoring one very important thing here.
What's that?
Besides Ariadne refilling her drink. Remember, you use the key word resort. Resorts require money.
Well, yeah,
A
we're
lot
going
of it.
Do
get our
not have. That
yes.
may not be enough to pay for a resort. But what we could find.
I'm
Julian.
now obsessed with the idea that the instances that went into Nevaeh being able to see an actual real vineyard.
Yeah.
Like as a
Yeah.
kid, I think you were maybe feel free to correct me on my headcanon about this, but you were like a kid, like 10.
Okay.
You see the vineyards and you're like, these are plants. I see plants at home. Who cares? You go and steal a single grape off like one of the vines, and then like text comes up being like, Nevaeh stole 10 million double dollars worth of wine that day.
The most dangerous criminal among us.
You have stolen more money in that one grape that
Possibly.
Julian managed to con out of a
Oh
corporation in like 2 years.
Gosh.
And she ate it
Probably.
immediately.
And that's how- and that's how
not
her-
only did she take all that money, instantly destroyed.
And it's like an overproduced scene too of her, just a little 10-year-old Nevaeh eating a grape, like overly produced, like dramatic music playing and everything behind
There's
her.
like a number in the bottom of the screen, like going down dramatically as she like consumes it. Like
I imagine like an entire workforce didn't get their pay that day because they had to pay for that one grape that she ate.
Oh my god, no.
Oh
Like,
no, Nevaeh!
wow, you are the worst. You really
This
are the
loss
worst.
protection's a
here.
bitch. Oh my god.
Oh.
And 10 was before 12, so she hadn't. You know what? It's probably what inspired her to become whatever she is today because she got away with it because she was too adorable for them to be mad at her at 10. And she's like, you know what? I should like do this. If I just get things for just being who I am, then I should make a career out of it. And
yeah, like you were talked to. Somebody did like try to impress on you the idea this is a very serious thing that you did that you shouldn't repeat. But also you're 10. It'd be really fucked up to like punish you heavily for all of that lost money because how the fuck were you supposed to know there were grapes everywhere? Like it's like really, actually speaking, kind of on us as adults for not like properly educating
Oh,
and preparing you beforehand. So like let's instead just have this talking to, and like child Nevaeh brain instead realizes, wait a minute, no consequences.
Um,
Hmm.
he like places a drink in front. He gave Ariadne the drink, and he like leans on the bar a bit. The key word you said here is resort. Resorts means money. We are probably not going to have enough money from this past job to cover for a resort. That being said, we could go to a hot spring that isn't a resort. There's just a public hot spring where people go in, relax, probably get a snack, and just relax and just de-stress. And that's all we
Um,
need.
I'm sorry. There are public hot springs.
Yes, there.
in on certain planets, you guys are all
Yeah,
thinking far more luxurious than
We
I,
can.
I think the
there.
consequences of our actions and position imply.
A public hot spring isn't a luxurious place. It's just a regular shower place that people go and relax.
Okay,
There's nothing
okay,
fancy about it.
okay.
And
What
that is
if?
not what we're looking for.
Oh man. So I'm just saying, like, I have in my youth have definitely been to some remote places in order to like get content or make content. But one time, me and my ex BFF, um, Georgia, we like found this planet one time and there was nobody there, but it was full of hot springs um and like these large cat-like things, and they didn't bother us. Um, After an hour of punching them. But after that, like, we were able to just enjoy the hot springs because they were just like, we're not gonna mess with these ladies. So that's not terribly far. This is just Val being like, ooh, we're halfway through, it's time for a hot springs episode. Like,
There were people there. They're people you didn't see because that's what money do.
Yep,
yeah.
I
exactly.
I
Uh,
I mm, no. What I'm thinking is, if you really want the hot spring experience, but for our grade of money and where we are in space, likely we're looking for something that is geo active but not geo overactive.
Yep.
Probably a mining colony that has some geothermal energy. That's probably what's powering the colony. And I know enough about folks in their off time going off to one of the vents that hasn't been capped that they just hang out in. Might not be capped because there's native fauna or flora that it's protected, or it could be that it's just inconvenient to go all the way out here to do X.
Julian kind of pulls a face at the idea of just kind of going to just a mining colony with and she actually directly agrees with Nevaeh being kind of like public hot spring's good. I'm down for a public hot spring.
This sounds like the kind of conversation that you frankly should be having with the captain of the ship that you don't own.
Oh no, we are. We're just discussing our.
we're
We're
making
just
the
discussing ideas.
decision first, and then we're
I
gonna
feel
tell
like-
him.
It's also one of those things where we know that, like, Nevaeh's thought process being what it is, maybe the captain doesn't need to be here for all of the explanation of the minutia of one time we were punching cats for an hour, and I'm just like, you know what? We'll give him the Reader's Digest version when we're done and we have our flight plan idea.
Oh, do you want to know like the craziest things about those cats? They had these like tentacles coming out with barbs on the edge of them.
Okay, Nevaeh, why don't you leave it off right there and stop talking about the cat? So I don't think we should mention that when we're trying to sell the idea to the captain. Here, finish your drink.
Definitely not Robert.
This is so good. Thank you.
Finish your drink, Nevaeh. Finish your drink. There we go.
Pops the door control, wires it back together.
There's a very angry note stuck to the other side. Like Timothy did leave, like in the time stuff. Like just you don't like you. The gist is like if you don't give it back, I'm going to insert unpleasant thing here to something.
It became
something
illegible
like,
the angrier he got when writing
Yeah.
You get the distinct
Whatever it
impression
was.
that like he is
Real
holding
mad.
some personal item of Nevaeh's hostage, or at least
Mhm.
something he assumes
She
is
was
Nevaeh's.
like wearing all of her personal items. Are you not gonna give her like a plastic yogurt spoon back or something?
It's something. If you don't give it back, he will have his revenge.
She never plans on keeping it. She just like she washed her clothes in the shower with her and just needed to wear something. So if people want her to be naked, she'll be naked. But I don't think
I absolutely understand. Timothy is still very mad about this.
I've had
It's okay.
so many questions, but also you've survived this long, so maybe I just don't want to know. Maybe
Don't want to know.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I'm just gonna kind of keep those to myself for now, and
yeah, I have a +2 to survive.
So Timothy vows revenge.
Timothy.
And Timothy will remember this. Appears in the upper right corner of the screen.
So that's the thing, but it sounds like you want a planet with hot springs that has a population center.
Sure.
Okay, let's go see the captain.
Captain.
Yeah. So you see the captain and also
Actually, they don't go to see the captain. Xavier just goes to the intercom, says, "Captain, can you meet us in the lounge for a quick second?" And then turns off the intercom and goes back to make some drinks.
Okay.
Straight up power movement. This is a thing.
you get back from the captain. Been waiting on you here for a couple hours. You're coming to me.
Please, I don't have any clothes.
It was a good attempt, Xavier.
Maybe you should. Yeah. And then get back.
Please let me charm him.
Timothy's been yelling my ear off about it. I'll give you time to change. Please don't keep fucking with the group.
Nobody was fucking with anybody.
Knock back my drink, and I go to see the captain.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go in the robe and towel, just because now.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Because you can, because power move.
Yeah.
A point needs to be made here.
I'm gonna even make it a point at this point, like she's gonna make it a point to kind of like move the belt loop lower so that the opening of the robe even goes lower so that they do not regret her wearing this robe. Just being distractions.
The cinematography keeps it tasteful, but the point is made.
So yeah,
All right, Faye Valentine, let's go meet the captain.
You arrive like the captain like sees you and is.
I take my towel down and like my wet hair.
Alto is also here. Kind of sitting like relatively speaking, like on the captain's left. You figure you're not exactly sure how long she's been here, but like it seems like they have been like chit chatting about something or other. And the captain speaks up first. Yeah. Oh, all right. I really wasn't kidding about talking with the crew. They're in it. They're in it here as much as you are. Lest you forget, you're not the only ones whose lives are at stake, and you're not the only ones who are in danger. So please.
Did he not see the note that I was gonna return the robe? I left a note.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm telling you.
Well, here you go. I'm gonna untie it and I'm gonna give him the robe back.
I take off as soon as that happens. David takes off his jacket and then puts it right around.
Okay.
The bio right there.
She's not naked. That's the funny part, is that she wasn't naked underneath there.
Oh my god. Yeah.
All right, but we'll exit.
Yeah, Julian is like, let's just chalk this one up to building camaraderie, and going forward, we'll.
Yeah, right. We're all gonna forget about it. Just
Mhm.
please not again.
Yeah, it'll
Him
go
and
back once my clothes dry.
him has been fucking. It's not great.
Regardless,
But
regardless, Captain,
Hmm.
we've done the job. We're off the planet.
yeah,
So
yeah.
now, what do we do next?
Got the coordinates from you guy. We're already on the way for the pickup. But yeah, there's kind of a problem. You see, yeah, we got shot at, and they did some damage, and wherever we're headed, uh, I can tell you right now, they don't have what I need to get this ship in proper working order, because what this ship needs to get in proper working order is some time, some stability, and no blink gates. So
Okay.
yeah, we can't.
So, where's the nearest shipyard that is located near a planet or planetoid?
And that's where Outpost speaks up. Hmm. Can't do ship, a shipyard won't do exactly, but I do have one that is. I happen to have telemetry for the resort colony ship Nirvana, and
Oh boy.
for Levi will know this straight off. Like absolutely, Julian. This is definitely something like Julian has heard here
Mhm.
and there. Perhaps like has never like gotten all the pieces to Marlowe. Marlowe's aware of this in a different capacity, and I'll get to it shortly once I kind of like do the do like once I kind of like explain a little bit. But
Mhm.
yeah, so the colony ship Nirvana. Colony ships are first off, colony ships are like, and everybody will know this. Colony ships are more or less exactly what they sound like. They tend to be very large, like uh anywhere from like half a kilometer to like a full kilometer like size. Just super ships designed to like take populations like from one place and get them, not only get them to another planet all intact, but get them there like safely, and then be able to, no matter like more or less, no matter what is waiting on that planet, establish establish a sustainable uh, presence on which everybody on that ship can continue to live. So like they're very well stocked. They tend to have like they inevitably come with like the highest quality, highest level printers. They tend to have multiple NHPs running like a lot of subalterns to like manage all the complex like things that are required. Yeah, big. They're big. They're effective. This particular colony ship is notable in that nobody's quite sure exactly when it happened or exactly how, but after it after it did its job, it picked up one day and left, kept flying, and basically it's kind of become like almost the holy grail of exclusive vacation spots, not like because it is insanely hard to reach. Like because it is one thing always moving through it is always moving through space, and its path is always changing. And it is always changing in ways that are more or less unpredictable. And that's kind of like where it comes in where it comes in for Marlowe, because like one of the hacking holy grails is getting it to go where you want it to for a day. Because yeah, one side effect of being manned by so many NHPs is hacking it at all, like getting into its systems at all, is incredibly difficult. Changing anything and getting that change to stick is harder, and getting that change to stick long enough for you to take any advantage of it at all is like the hardest of the hard. Like, literally, it is a legendary feat to affect the path of this place. And for everybody else, even money is no guarantee that you'll be able to get your way on, because the path do change, and maybe your data just didn't get updated when it did.
Oh, not to ask the obvious question here. What does that have to do with us?
Uh, Great thing about exclusivity is it stands to reason if that of the few people who were on there at any one time, approximately, probably none of them are going to recognize any of you, and the ones who might either don't care or won't want to cause trouble.
All right.
And once we're done with what we need to do, leaving is as simple as detachedly going about our business.
Okay. And the next
And
obvious
and
question.
she does speak up for a little while. I do think it will be our business, because that one owes me a favor, and frankly, with the galaxy as it is, I don't quite favor my odds trying to get off without without some more under my feet.
Okay. So we're getting a free ride onto this colony ship, is what you're saying.
At least for the time it'll take to deploy the ship. After that, I think that matter's going to have to be a lot more open, because, and she looks at you, Xavier, caught a glimpse of that tattoo. I think I know where you're from. And I think I might have information you would find illuminating.
What do you mean?
The people, your home system, Napolitano, right?
That's correct.
In the time since you were imprisoned, government, or at least legitimate government, has broken down. The syndicates have propped up placements, but this isn't what they're used to doing. While unions hold back for the time being,
Mm.
if things continue as they are, it's entirely possible that IPSN might move in to restore order to the very profitable shipping lanes that at least I assume your people make so much of their profit from.
Well, we can't be having that. It's never a good idea to have a corporation have its footing too even.
Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of shrugged a little bit at that, like it's not exactly your business.
Of the Corpse North Star, IPSN is one of the least awful, but they come in hard, and they have the resources to make people's lives difficult if need be.
Mm-hmm. I think a mirror evaporated.
Oh, there we go.
There we
There
go.
we go.
Oh, hi.
Hiccup.
check, Nymeria. Did you miss any thing?
I don't think so. Zoom just sort of crashed on me, but I could hear you all.
Okay.
Sorry about the windows.
Oh, listen, the fact that you can now just like move cameras wherever you want has made it so much easier to fix things.
Yeah, it was just y'all froze for a second there, but I don't think I missed anything. It was just like, and then it reloaded. So we're good.
In response to Marlowe saying that, Julian says, well, in a society that's now post-scarcity, that there were communities who wanted to try and instill capitalism anyway, tends to not put them on great personal standing with me.
Sure. But my concern now is partly with Xavier and his choices, but the other thing that's more pressing is you want to get on this ship, colony ship, that has, in and of itself, a colony of NHPs that have been running for who knows how long, that have their own agendas.
I can assure you that they are at least cycled regularly. Frankly, that's most of the reason why there isn't a consistent colony of people on. Most people don't enjoy having to re-socialize most of their friends every 5 years.
I understand that, but at the same time, there are certain redundant systems that are part of the colony ship that you don't refresh. There are beings on that vessel that have their own agendas, and I don't know if they'll take kindly to all of us.
Out of character, just to establish specifically what we're doing and what we're aiming for, Alto Andromeda would like us to go and find this colony ship turned resort cruiser that is moving around erratically and get her on it as a way to be able to make sure that she can avoid being kind of found out.
What she is suggesting is this as a very handy solution to the current problem the ship has, which is that it can't use blink gates, and she happens to have telemetry, so like basically you could get to the ship without trouble, and use it as a place to repair. Use it as a place to repair it safely. Take some time off. Be at least temporarily safe while you repair, rearm, and you settle before having to get back out into the galaxy at large.
Yeah. Then Julian kind of shrugs and is like, well, at the very least, if we do manage to go and get in contact with this colony ship, our evasiveness, our ability to be detected, goes down by quite a bit, if I understand how elusive it is to travel alongside it. And we're not exactly asking to ransack it of resources. If nothing else, we are just tourists who need a refill.
This is true. We're not actually trying to steal anything this time.
I mean, if there are humans who are gambling on board and are loose with their money, we might be taking some of that. But aside from that,
I don't like it, but I don't think we have much of a choice.
Name of the game.
Considering whether Julian says something mean. No, I think she internally notes, especially because Marlowe's been relatively open about his process in trying to approach the singularity, and there is something about the world of NHPs that have reached the world that he, at least presently, cannot. And I do wonder if that grinds his gears a little, but Julian decides to not press it right now.
To be clear, it is not unfair to be concerned on the general premise, because if NHPs aren't cycled, they can think their way. They can absolutely think their way out of being people, and when that happens, Mars moon disappears, and all of humanity is given, you know, death terms that nobody has violated. Because if we did violate it, maybe we'd go extinct.
Sure. Although, you know,
It's something to be. It's something to be concerned about.
yeah, I guess there's a larger in-character philosophical conversation to have about whether, you know, NHPs are sapient, but they're not necessarily stupid. I think they would probably realize they were being extincting themselves if they also push their bounds too far. There's no reason for them to go and push the world destruction button if it's of no benefit to them, right? And it seems unfair to assume that they're going to with no evidence. But that's just Nathan speaking, not necessarily Julian. Yeah, Julian is unconcerned about meeting with the NHPs, at least for now.
Opinions do vary. Opinions do vary.
There goes. I understand your concern, Marlo, and it's warranted. But Julian also makes a point too. It's a bit of give and take. We gotta go with this one, and it's our only option.
And at least for the time being, because yeah, I got, you know, as long as you're not inclined to send us on some kind of sudden suicide mission once we're fixed up. Once we're fixed up, yeah, I figure y'all will be setting the agenda for next planet. About the only thing I've really got right now is whatever you're doing, we needs to ensure the future operations of this ship is for at least for the time being. We're all in this together, and yeah, well, you know, I've heard tell about what you've been through as prisoners, and yeah, well, it's rough all over. Kind of like scratch the back of his head, like clearly not one for inspirational camaraderie building speechifying.
Hold on.
But
how about I do this for you? He turns around and looks at the others. We have a situation on our hands where we're going to be going into a very dangerous situation, obviously. But we also have the chance to resupply the ship, fix it up, and get some much needed rest that we deserve. However, in this situation, let's not drop our guards down. We're still going to rely on the best of our skills to keep our heads up above the water when we go there. Keep ourselves one step in front of danger as we always do. All right? So let's work together and we can definitely get out of this just fine and, I don't know, get a massage out of it. How's that sound, guys?
Ooh, massages.
Just one note. Colony ships need supplies. They're full of them. But eventually something that big needs resupply. And information gets it more than any other form of currency it might buy from exclusive vacationers. Be in disguise.
Not a problem. Julian smiles widely.
Can't make any promises about that. But I'll do what I can to stay conspicuous.
Right. Yeah. So could be, and like there's a distant, like kind of like rumbling. It's like muted a little bit by inertia and the way the ship's spin grab works. Yeah, should be that should be the cache. So if you want to get in there, take what you will of whatever's in there. Yeah, feel free. You know, you kind of did earn it, so it wouldn't exactly be unfair to let you have the first pick. But
it's a pleasure working with you.
Yeah, sounds like we're more or less settled for at least what we're doing in the meantime while I get the ship fixed up. And Yeah. See y'all on station, I guess.
Fantastic.
Well, let me go see if I can't get him to get the fuck out already. Thank you.
Shall we claim our spoils, everyone?
About time, yeah, I think so.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep, and just to pull back out of character, exactly what is in here is obviously, very, very fuzzy, very vague. Assume it is some combination of money and also a level up, and also because this is cash you got for pirates. If you want to exchange any 2 pieces of pilot gear for anything that's on the default list, please do feel free to also do that.
Cool.
And
So did you say we leveled up?
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, and also like in travel time, you're absolutely going to have the sufficient hours of rest to do a full repair and etc. So yeah, feel free to like while the session is ongoing, because you do still have some time left, to modify lots of things, respect, etc., as fits your needs. In the meantime, first, if anybody would like to have a scene uh, between leaving that cache and getting it to the station and getting to the colony ship, now is the time.
Well, since Ariadne has been wanting to talk to Xavier since our entire mech combat session ago, that gets my vote. Does anybody else have stuff they want to do? We can just decide.
I'm happy to let y'all have that first. That sounds great. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. So she'll just go by over to where would I find you at this point? Where are you?
At this point, he is currently sitting in the cockpit of his mech, doing some calibrations to it, pretty much applying what this level up gave us. He's just going through calibrations, updating procedure and everything. And it's like sitting in the open cockpit, like the cockpit is open. He's like sitting on the open hatch, typing away at a small computer.
Just like walk up to it and then kind of like knock on the leg.
Oh, Ariadne, how are you?
Fine. Busy, I guess. Am I interrupting something?
No, I was just getting some work done. Got those new licenses and money that came our way. Just figured I'll put that to use before we head to this colony ship.
Yeah, that's smart. Hey, listen, you like warm planets too, right?
Yeah, I like warm planets. It wasn't a bit of a luxury I had in the past, so I like to go whenever I have a chance to.
And if you were ever, going to try to kill or disarm me, how would you do that?
This conversation just gave me whiplash. Ariadne, why are you asking?
What I'm trying to say is, I like you, but I don't like to waste time. So I would like to know if you have a plan. You should always have a plan to take out people that could eventually turn on you and become opposition. So I like to know.
Okay. He sets the laptop to the side and leans back in the hatch a bit. Like he's actually thinking about this.
Navaya got me thinking about this for a while because she has this weird game that she plays where you have to decide who you're gonna fuck, marry, and kill. I don't think I was playing it right though because I just killed all of you, but I killed Marlo first.
Well,
Although I probably should have killed
all of us.
Probably should have killed Navaya first because I do actually think that she is the most dangerous person on this ship. She's too unpredictable.
Exactly. It's Navaya. She is very unpredictable. She's quite the wild card. She is quite the wild card. But despite that wild card nature of her, she actually gets things done. And I appreciate someone who can get things done. Someone you should keep around you all the time. Someone reliable. But the question you're asking me is if how would I would kill you is what you're saying. Or take you out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, couldn't be from afar because even if I did try, I could not take you away from a sniper shot. I'm a terrible shot. Besides, you would probably pick me out from a distance easily. I would probably have to get up close and personal with you. Maybe a time during a moment of weakness when your guard is lowered, which is very difficult for you because you're always on your guard. I've never really seen you relaxed before. It's kind of interesting, honestly. But yeah, that's how I would do it. It would be at a moment when you least expect it. Caught you off guard and be quick. I wouldn't drag it out.
Do you wanna?
Well, kill you?
No. See me relaxed.
Yeah. I think you do. I think I would like to see you relaxed.
All right. My please 15 minutes.
He looks surprised at first, but then it just slips back to that non-pulsed way of his. Like, well, if it'll help you relax. 15 minutes. Let me just finish things up here. And he goes back to typing. He just opens the laptop and just goes back to typing.
So in 15 minutes, they're going to be unavailable. For everybody else, do you have like any scenes you would like to do with each other? And for that matter, since you were able to connect to the OmniNet while you were acquiring things at the cache. So if you have like any information gathering, you would at least like to take a stab at. Is there any of that you would like to do?
Yes. Few things are happening with Marlowe. First, he's immediately jumped on the net, trying to make contact with the local Horus fanatics as we're trying to run down that rabbit hole as quickly as possible. At the same time, there's just a printout with an entire new mech design with a new name. It's called All Your Sins, or ACE for short. And that is currently being printed out. Because and as he's logging in, it's just coming off of station, local gang war seems to be at simmer. Leave that station alone for a while. Not the fun, strange business there.
So would it be fair to say that are you thinking that you're looking to get connected, or would you say instead you're looking to gather information.
Gather info. This
Okay.
is sort of just like, hi, I've now put this out on the table on the web page, like getting my feet wet, off chasing the other thing that's known, off chasing great white whale, because I think that's probably the name of the colony ship. It's the great white whale. Off chasing great white whale. Um, Contact has telemetry. We'll let you know if whale is sighted.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, make your roll. Take an additional 1d6 of accuracy because in this chunk of space, techno cultists are interested in the great white whale. That's some hot shit.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tag my hacker background for this as well.
Sure.
So let's see what happens. Now, do I add my grit to this?
Yes, this is a skill check. Do add
Okay.
that grit.
Excellent. So,
Oh yes, and to be double clear, what kind of information are you looking for again?
I am just looking for what the current like news is within the technicult. I just I'm so out of the damn loop.
Okay. Okay.
I need to get
Okay.
back in.
Okay.
So with that, 22.
Okay, that is a critical success. That means that there are no complications, like you don't give yourself away, and nobody has to disappear. Uh, Thus, let me tell you how things have been for technical just out here lately. So first off, as far as life goes, yeah, there's kind of a paradox to being a hardcore technocultist, namely when you have lots of society available to you, you have a lot of opportunity. If you're in for mods, there's a lot of mods you can get. If you're looking to see exactly what an NHP will do when you take apart its shackles, there's a lot of NHPs you can get your hands on, and there's a lot more opportunities to get your hands on them without attracting, say, the attention of a union fire team or whatever appropriate authorities there might be. To say nothing of the fact that the odds of you actually even having the infrastructure to get them shackles off goes up. But on the other hand, if you're gonna try and do anything but really just be kind of fashionably techno weird, you're probably gonna slip up somewhere and get caught. Not so out here, especially not so when you know unions got bigger fish to fry. When everybody's got bigger fish to fry. Uh, so kind of the way. That's kind of the other side of the coin. It's pretty easy to beat if you can find your thing. You can develop your tech. You could probably develop yourself very well. For a given value of well and maybe even a given value of tech. Uh, but if you're looking to do more than that, it might be SOL. And that's kind of the frustration of a lot of the local technocultists. You know, they have most of them have kind of more or less reached the end of what they're able to do because there's not much new stuff coming in, and without some new stuff, there's not that much else they can accomplish. But beyond whatever beyond praying to your paracausal gods that you wake up one day having programmed something a week ago that you don't remember doing, it's probably nothing's really going to happen for you.
All right.
And
I just
yeah,
wanted
frankly,
to get the read
everybody's
for the room.
yeah,
So-
frankly, yeah, kind of everybody's jumping on this great white whale business because dear artificial gods, at least it'd be something new.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Of course. Anybody else have any roles they would like to make? Really, only restriction is obviously it has to be the kind of intangibles / mildly tangibles you could get through the OmniNet.
I just want to see if I can find out anything else about what happened to Hero. Because that's like Ariadne's only lead really on like anybody from her cell who's left. So I'd like to check that out if I may.
That sounds absolutely fair. For that matter, Julian, would you like to do that as well?
Yes, although my method is going to be different. Rather than searching the OmniNet, I'm just going to ask Alto.
I was gonna say you're probably gonna be better at this anyway. So if we can just team up.
I like the idea of us, especially since in metafiction there are disconnects about what we know about Hero, right?
Oh, that's true.
So
yeah,
I like the idea that we separately, without really talking to each other about it, end up looking up Hero in different ways. So I'm happy to let you make your OmniNet search first, and I can separately go ask Alto about it.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll say in that case, Ariadne, since you are going to be easier to smoothly, rulefully resolve, you go first. Obviously, you're fairly familiar with Hero as you know him, so I'm going to say that you have an accuracy to this because were you to run into information about him, you'd easily be able to recognize, say for instance, information that doesn't give you a name would still likely be about him because you recognize this habit or that bit of clothing or that physical feature.
Okay, so can I roll for word on the street? Because I think that's probably the most applicable here, or should it be investigate?
I'm going to say that both would be relevant, although, both could be relevant. Investigate, you'll absolutely be able to gain a bit from that because that is what you are doing. For word on the street, if you want that to apply, I'm going to note that will be you primarily searching like message boards, news stories, and social media for things that are connected to him, or things that are mentioning him.
Okay.
Simply.
So investigate sounds like it might be better. It's the same role for me regardless, but I just wasn't sure if it mattered on the GM's side. So that's a total.
It's relevant for possible consequences.
Okay. It's a total of 12. So not amazing.
So you will find what you're looking for. But you're going to need to choose one. You leave clear evidence of your rummaging, or you're going to have to implicate someone innocent or dispatch someone to avoid attention.
Oh boy.
And note, you will have to, something you're going to have to do digitally. So it's going to be it'll be a bit complex depending on what you choose to do.
A note, if your name gets out again, depending on how you're connecting to,
I'm 100% making someone else take the fall for this. I'm just like, Anna feels bad about this, but Ariadne's like, yeah, whatever.
Okay. So, here's how this is going to go. You start looking around, you start finding some stuff that you're pretty sure wait, I think I see him in that picture, and
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, that social not basically you end up finding a social media profile that, while it certainly doesn't have like anything like his name on it, you are 100% sure this is Hero.
Yeah.
Hair colors changed. Hair colors changed, and he didn't used to dress like that. That hit. This hit. Not long after, uh, like the profile you have made, starts like the first profile you made, like not long after you like find him, you get banned.
Cool.
You make another one, like, and like before you like are in the process of like making another one, you kind of realize, wait a minute, I'm being tracked. I need to make sure that they don't get back to me. And you also have like noticed a you don't really know exactly who this is, but like you recognize like like a perhaps over invested fan, like classic parasocial relationship. You don't spend too much time getting to know them. It's only going to make what you realize you're about to do that much harder.
Right.
But it's not too difficult to just make sure that the proxies you're using according to them, and
Okay.
you you realize that like they happen to be streaming, but you have to happen to be like streaming something, like playing a game that got a few dozen viewers. You do some things, make sure that traffic that would be pointing at you is instead pointing to them,
Mm-hmm.
and then you jump into their stream. Like there's a game is up, shooter. Maybe you probably don't recognize it. It's obviously it's been a hot minute since you've been even able to keep up with video games, and that's
Yeah, seriously.
bothered to. And last thing you hear is like you hear like a loud noise over the microphone, like a loud pounding on the door. You see them look up, and like then like you see something. You see like a blur. You see like a blur go past the camera that you pretty sure is some kind of projectile, and then the screen goes down.
Hmm.
You're not sure what happened. You're not sure what happened to it. But
Okay.
you know it's not your problem. You also know Kira, definitely alive. Um, looks like, based on that profile, he is living currently on a core world. Seems to be living pretty well. You like from what little like you've got like looking through his work details, it seems like he is some kind of influencer for a company that like now that the proverbial dangerous path, you're easily able to realize is like a subsidiary of a shell of SSC.
He became an influencer. No.
For the corpse with the really fancy gun, right?
He became a gun influencer?
Oh, I guess that is a thing in real life, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it definitely is.
Maybe
Man,
it's a real thing, yeah.
I genuinely did not process that was a thing until just now. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. The world is
man.
tough.
To be fair, SSC
Oh.
is their brand is high end luxe. It's not all guns. It's all expensive. It's not all
Not
guns.
all guns.
Not all guns.
Oh, dear.
So yeah, he's alive. He is at least his public presence put them on the core worlds, and his current occupation is influencer. or SSC.
Okay. Okay.
Julie,
No.
you said you had some questions to ask
Also,
of
yes.
Alto.
Yes. After the our mission briefing goes for a break, I go and have a chat with Alto directly. Sorry that you've had to relocate from your home base so quickly.
And frankly, didn't pin you for the sort to get in this kind of business. Otherwise, maybe I would have. Maybe I would have tried to get off that station sooner.
I suppose prison has changed me, Andromeda. She smiles, but it's not in the eyes.
Yeah, and you get a kind of similar like there and gone grin, like she is like reevaluating you a little bit. Like she is reevaluating you a little bit, but she's also like, at least attempting to actually be understanding. Like, you know, it happens.
Since we're in a period of having a candid conversation, and it's something I wanted to ask you about anyway. Considering the reason that I went to jail in the first place was the rest of the members of Bacchus Butterfly sending me up the river, I am actually kind of interested to see how they're doing, especially since, after speaking to you previously on the station, I found out that Hiro Tanaka is still around. How is that lanky son of a bitch doing?
And she kind of like frowns thoughtfully. Let me check. Let me check my notes.
Posters terrible.
I went through like it. It won't like it won't. I'm sure it won't surprise you to know that I tried to make sure to do my homework on all of you when you did blow up, and you're not the reason I ended up on that station, but you're part of it because I skipped town not long after. It doesn't do to be connected to a connection to a criminal. I'm sure you're aware. And,
well, we've been criminals for years, darling, but we've managed to kind of keep a positive relationship despite.
Well,
this is a different kind of criminal, though, I do understand.
Of course. And anyway, you see her pull out the tablet she usually uses to pull out, but make a roll to perhaps notice something.
Sure. Let's read the situation then.
This I will say that this is a very special kind of heroic difficulty. Namely, like there are no like overt consequences to failure in the sense of like because it's just you just will or won't notice a thing. But it's a thing that is very hard to notice and actually is very good at hiding. So you need to get better than a 20, and before other things, you are taking a difficulty to success.
Okay, well, my background in con artistry, I think, is pretty directly relevant to noticing the fine details in a mark. And even though I have a positive working relationship with Alto Andromeda, you learn in this industry to trust no one, especially after being betrayed by the members of the people that I worked with. So she's on guard, even though she's asking these questions.
Sure.
So that accuracy and difficulty cancel each other out. So I am rolling a 1d20 plus 5. And I still succeed if I get over a 10. It's just that something bad happens to me anyway if I don't get over a 20.
No, different kind of heroic. In this case, like rather than something bad happening, if you don't get above a 20, you're just not going to notice.
Fair enough. Let's go. Ha! Let's go.
Well, dice don't live. So
The dice want the drama. Give me the drama.
Do it, do
so
it,
okay,
do
like
it.
as you see her like you've seen like a dozen, even 100 times, like you see her get the tablet out, look down. But this time, use like 99 times out of 100, you were like either like standing behind her or standing at such an angle that like basically you couldn't quite see all of her head. What you realize as she gets the tablet out, starts looking, and like happen to be sitting there, you see it for like almost an instant, so quick that you could have written it off as a trick of the light if there weren't enough light sources in the room for such a trick to happen. Something in her eye, something in her eye turns on and turns off. There and gone for a second. And then she's tapping away at that tablet, and there goes again. There gone. And as she's looking up this information, and like you hear her, like you kind of noticing this, and like you realize incidentally that like at the eye that is flickering, it's her left eye. It's still moving, like she is reading this tablet, and what you can see, like the tablet's on, like she's scrolling past like information that you recognize is definitely in code. Uh, don't bother trying to roll like to decipher it. You don't have the keys. Uh, that she is like sorting through, and I just flickering regularly.
Julian says, "Oh, I didn't notice. Did you get new glasses recently?"
She stops mid flick, like looks like, and like both her eyes like straight up at you. You're actually, and like in for a second you're actually like a little bit blinded because like light just directly in the eye, like like that kind of that slight dazzling. Yeah. And then she blinks like, "Mm, hope to hide that, hope to keep that hidden from you, but mm, this
Don't
is
try
where
and con a con artist, darling.
this is where like, and she like winks, and like it's not the usual kind of wink, but a here wink. This is where the information is. This is just an interface.
Oh, fantastic. After all, we are talking about what was the specific word that we were using for Hiro Tanaka, who is essentially a surveillance expert. For some reason, that word just went clean out of my brain, but we got it. After all, we are having a discussion with a surveillance expert. And if I was having a discussion with somebody who's being surveilled by the surveillance expert, a flicker of motion, and Julian's boot is right next to her temple. Well, we might have to remove the eye, but it seems that's not necessary. She puts her leg back down,
And like she kind of like she like look, and she like kind of like looks at you for a second, like, I will remind you, you do own.
I do. I absolutely make sure to fulfill the favors that I'm owed, but I'm tired of working for people who are willing to screw me over. Fulfill our promises, make sure that the people who are going to try and put me in jail again are unable to, and I'm sure you understand.
I do. But in the meantime, to answer your question, based on, at least before I stopped keeping active track of him, Hiro Tanaka, he was in the process of getting an identity.
A new identity.
As I'm sure you're aware, there are signs, good habits that you get into, but people are people, and they're creatures of habits, and they're creatures of habit, and you track habits. For instance, accounts being closed, subscriptions going out, money moving around, friendships ending, social media accounts going dark. It looks to me very much like an embedded agent ending a mission. I didn't dig too much further because embedded agents tend to have people behind them, and I wasn't exactly looking for fulfilling action.
Very fair. After all, there's no need to spend your investigation prowess on something that's not earning you any money. Interesting. That hero is now rolling with a new crew. I guess Becca's butterfly got too boring for him. But that's good to know.
Or perhaps, and this is only conjecture, Bacchus butterfly served its purpose.
We all do the jobs that we need to, and then when we've earned enough money, we move on. Although I always continue to hunger for it. I'll leave you to settle back into your new temporary home. In a few days, you'll be lounging on a cruise ship, so don't get too used to these cramped quarters now.
Well, I've been wondering. As things stand, there might not be much of a future in staying solo. So perhaps I'll need to renegotiate. We'll see. I'm sure you could be persuaded to put in a word in my favor if things come to that.
Oh, of course. You're a helpful contact of mine, and as long as you're not about to put a knife in my back anytime soon, I'm sure we can have a delightful working relationship. But we can talk about that in the morning. Until next time.
Okay. So we're coming up on the edge here. So I'll just ask, do we have any last minute things that people absolutely need to get through before we cut off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Julian turns round, waves goodbye as she behind her as she walks through the door and it shuts in front of the camera.
Yeah, and the camera lingers for a second, as Alto kind of sits in the dark, puts the tablet down, and in what is now a very dark room, and through which basically no light can escape. A display appears on the now closed door, and she moves some information around, closes her eyes, and we cut to credits.
The
Nice.
the ending song that happens, composed by Yoko Kanno. Anyway, so
that is a compliment.
Yes, the mood. All right, so thank you everyone for coming and showing up. That was a great time. I'm so glad we got back to this game. As for the rest of the week goes, tomorrow you can catch us for Dragon Age at 1:30 Pacific time, 4:30 Eastern, where that entire group is just horny on main. Well, it's Dragon Age. What do you expect? So it's like trauma, horniness, like Dragon Age altogether. We play it very well. And then you can catch us back here on Wednesday as we start over again with more Dungeons and Dragons and what's the other one I do? Oh, yeah, The Expanse on Thursdays. But you can also find me over at Weave the Tale, where I play on Mondays in the Great American Witch, where I play a very, very, very tall paleo artist witch who is obsessed with dinosaurs and very literal. So, with that, everyone else, where can we find you on the internet? What are you doing in the next 7 days? Let us know.
Hey everybody, Pope here, Pope World Balance, where Pope World Balance Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. If you want to see more of this ridiculous face, get a number of opportunities throughout the week. Coming up next, 9:30 p.m. Eastern over on Matev7's channel. We are back for Masked Sunset City. And everything has gone haywire. Sapphire is on his own unfortunate adventure, while the rest of the team is playing Fortnite and Valhalla. We're about to drop in on a giant melee between the warriors, which includes the legendary Beowulf and the army of Genghis Khan. So if you want to see something absolutely ridiculous, tune in. We're going to have one hell of a time.
Totally my fault too, so I'll take full responsibility for it.
Yes, and if you want to see awkward misery, I play Bargast on that one, and he's hiding from his ex that just so happens to be a Valkyrie. But yeah, no. Then we're on the double header on Wednesday, starting out at 3 p.m. Eastern Time over on Follow Black Cats as we continue on in Hexcrawl, the spy game. The squishiest individuals have taken upon themselves to try and infiltrate an embassy and mess with a bunch of tech, plant an evil twin, and those that actually, do the beat 'em ups or the blow 'em ups have to stay back at base because they're in trouble. And then at 8:30 p.m. Eastern over on Penny for the Tail, we're coming into for the final mile of Brotherhood of Shadows. They managed to survive the hull breaker. They're on a slightly injured vessel on their way back to Eastwatch by the Sea, but a cold hell has broken loose as an entire army of the dead walks south, guided by a green-eyed woman with razor-sharp teeth that keeps appearing in certain people's dreams. Will they make it back in time, or will there just be ruin when they reach Eastwatch? Tune in to find out. And thank you all so much for coming here, because a story is nothing without an audience. So whether you're watching live, VOD, YouTube, wherever you are, thank you all so much. Take care. See you soon.
What's up, y'all? It's me, Wally. You can find me on the Twitter at WALLE132, just like the cute little Disney robot, WALLE132. Oh boy, where can you find me? First of all, I would just like to I'm gonna blow up Pope's spot real fast. I could listen to Pope talk and describe about something in a dramatic overtone for hours. He could read the phone book to me and I would be enthralled and on the edge of my seat. I just wanted to get that out. Just get that out the way first.
Fair.
You can
fair.
find me. You can find me on Monday. Well, first this coming Sunday, you can find me over there with Pope over at the Cody DMs channel playing some Mask in Sunset City at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Then on Monday, you can find me with this darling person right above me. Well, not right above. Let's say like yes, up there around that area. Playing Monster of the Week with her over at Colonomicon. We just fought a stained glass evil demon and I died.
Ooh.
Well, I almost died. No, I was dead for a good minute, but then they brought me back to life. And now my talking cat wizard mentor is very upset with me. Let's see how that turns out. Wednesday, then you can oh boy, Wednesday. Wednesday, you can find me over at Weave the Tail playing some Black Void. I last episode I went in expecting violence. I did not expect to leave with the most heartwarming best friend reunion between two people in my entire life. And this episode and cliffhangered on a very tragic note. So yeah, I am not done going through the gauntlet of deadly emotions. So let's see how that turns out. You can cast me. That's once again Black Void over at Weave the Tail at 7 p.m. 6:30 over at Weave the Tail. And then on Friday, you can find me back here in the morning. But then at night at 8 p.m. over at No Medic. You'll find me playing some Ursa Majors in the All Bear Starfinder party. Our next chapter is tonight. We're doing space combat. We have no idea what we're doing. That is why Paizo won't sponsor us, but Roll20 got our backs like real cheese. But the point is this, come and check us out. It is a lot of fun. Also, you can also find me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, also over at No Medic, doing some Gnome Brew at 9:30 in the morning. We just sit around talking it up, chatting it up. This week was a very emotional episode for all of us. So come check it out next Monday. We have lots of fun. And once again, as always, thank you for showing up to this channel. Stick around and always check out support every other TTP RPG stream and every other stream out there. Uplift people, share the love, spread the joy, stay blessed, stay hydrated.
Oh my gosh, I can't even follow that up, especially because we're in literally almost every single game together. So for outros, if Wally goes before me, I got almost nothing to say. Come watch us in Monster of the Week in Black Void, and here on Fridays. The only other thing I have going on right now is I am GMing a game of Parslings on Weave the Tale, which is our Thursday evening game about people that have cool, weird word parasite things living inside of their head that gives them the power to change the world. And it just continually gets weirder. This past week, I think I came up with one of my favorite NPCs that I have ever made completely on the spot using the word esoteric as a prompt. So if you missed that, I'm not going to try to explain it because it's you just have to watch it. So go check out the VOD or the YouTube video. That's all over on Weave the Tale. And oh yeah, I do stream on my own Twitch channel now because I got a PC upgrade and I do a lot of like narrative games that's mostly just me talking and voicing weird animals. So that's just Nymeria Streams. That's been my name in the chat. So if you want to like come over and listen to me voice non-voiced narrative games, that's where I'll be hanging out. And thank you for watching.
Hi, hello. Once again, I am your androgynous Android game show host from the future, Nathan Blades. Thank you once again for having me on this stream. I don't actually play in any games with the rest of this cast, aside from here, so you won't see me on any of those shows. You can, however, see me on the Neoncaster Twitch channel, where we run a super high production tabletop RPG thing like once a month, because I draw a lot of art and it takes me time. In the meantime, though, we do a lot of playing video games and talking about them as media texts, called the Cyberpunk Book Club. I've been doing a lot of streams this week, but actually tomorrow we will be playing the demo of Dramatical Murder, which is a cyberpunk psychological thriller gay romance that has previously had friction with Twitch for showing one too many male presenting nipples, but as I understand, the demo is sauciness free. Although I will be playing it through after the stream just to check, because I don't want to be put in Twitch horny jail. It's one of those things. The writing is genuinely really, really good, but people don't take it seriously because it has gays in it. So I want to show that the game is actually good. Go play it. You know what I mean? We will probably be doing art streams next week as I continue to do the graphics work for the big game coming up. And since I have the time, I will tell you about the big game coming up. On Saturday, 3rd of April, we will be streaming a one-shot of a system called Net Battlers, which is designed to evoke the Mega Man Battle Network series of games. Called Galaxy Galleria. It will be 3 preteens running around in a mall after dark investigating ghost stories. We have some fantastic players on it, including Jay from the Stabbiness Twitch, who are fantastic actual play people who do astounding things with Roll20, blows my mind every time. And Red Maid Ray from Friends Who Roll Dice, who do charity streams on the reg. So those are two fantastic people will be on. The third person, Draco Alexander, is actually new to doing streaming. So we have fresh blood. But they do, as I understand, they've released several books of high fantasy setting work. And if somebody can actually release multiple books, they're a cool motherfucker in my eyes. So
just one book.
For real though, for real.
Yeah,
so,
for real.
We have an all-star cast. Oh, and also it's being co-GM'd by the writer of Net Battlers themselves, Will Yule. So it is an all-star squad coming up on Saturday, the 3rd of April at by that time zones will have realigned themselves. So 6 p.m. GMT, 1 p.m. EST. And it'll be sick, but I'll be yelling about that in greater detail when we get closer to the time.
All right.
All right, now that I've unmuted myself properly, that is going to leave me. Thank you all for coming out. I have been your Master today, and if you want to see me elsewhere, perhaps you just might catch me on twitch.tv/Shinobi streaming an action game or two. You might even find me on Twitter at Jossa or if you absolutely need some hard and fast guarantees, come by twitch.tv/Valdrianth on Wednesday evenings for Revenge of the Gift, where I will be playing Hong Huzi, recovering alcoholic and fantastic half-drow warden, or even come back next week on Friday, back here for more Shades of Tartarus.
Okay, everyone, thank you all. We are going to give some love over to my friend and one of my players in one of my D&D games, Witty Mitchie. Mitchie is cool. It looks like she's doing some just chatting, which is just cardio with her dogs. There are 3 dogs. So, we're all going to go say hi to Mitchie. Everyone, wave goodbye. Love you. See you later. Where's the raid button? Raid now.